What's up, my home seller clients? It's Rex, and today I want to talk to you about termites. What you don't know could cost you big time. And at the end of this video, you'll know what I'm talking about, because now you'll know it. So if that's something that interests you, and I would suggest if you're going to be selling your home, stick around. Termites. Ugh. Along with wet rot, dry rot, fungus, a bunch of other undesirable destroyers of homes that are part of our environment here in Fullerton, Brandon, Placentia, Yorba Linda, and I'm Hills, California. In general, it's just North Orange County. They're everywhere, right? South Orange County, not as much, but they're there too. They're everywhere. So they destroy homes, and most banks don't want to lend on a home when they have lots of termites and damage and wet rot, and dry rot, and fungus, and all kinds of other stuff, in a house. So they want to make sure that house is clear of all those horrible things before they loan the money on it. So that's why we get a termite inspection, so we know what's going on in the house. So the termite inspector comes out, does his full report, and we always walk around with him if I possibly can and ask him, what does that mean? Show me what it is, because I need to know what's on these reports, or my agents. We all need to know, whoever's handling the house, we need to know what's going on in these reports. And that report is typically free. Doesn't cost you anything. They come out and do it because they want to get the job of correcting all these items. They want to, fumigate the house if they need to. They want to replace all the wood that's damaged. They want to, charge you for it. So, of course, they're in business to make money, right? So they're not just giving free reports away for fun. But the thing is, they want the job, and so most realtors will have a relationship with some termite company that they work with on the regular, because they found a good one, right? We go through certain companies, and they're good for a while maybe, and then they turn bad or whatever. I've had termite companies that never call out for a tent regardless, and that's good. Now, and then that company eventually started calling out for tenting for whatever reason. I guess they realized they could make more money if they tented houses. So on the one hand, the termite companies would love to come in and charge you a whole bunch of money, as much as they possibly can. But on the other hand, they know that working with realtors is good for them because we supply them with lots of business. And they want to keep doing business. And if they start overcharging our clients or calling out for a tent job at every single, house or whatever, then we're going to be looking for another company pretty quickly, because, that's our business. We're in the business of helping people get the most out of their house, and you got somebody, stealing it from them. It's not good, so we don't let that happen. Typically, you'll want to work with your realtor's termite company, if that makes sense. You can also go get other bids if you want. But here's the thing. Selling a home, you have the obligation to full disclosure. So if you get 5 reports, you got to give all 5 of them to your buyer. And typically, they don't want to pick the most expensive one, right? Because they want the most work done or whatever. So, typically, if you're going to get you can't just get a bunch of estimates and pick the lowest one and then only give them that one, because then you're going to be in trouble, right? We don't want to do that. So a way to round that a little bit is you could get all those inspections done from multiple, people. You might have to pay for some of those inspections, because if they don't know us or you or whatever, and you're just calling them up, they might charge you $50 to come out and do a report. And, you can pick the lowest one, have all the woodwork done before you ever put the home on the market. And then when your buyer finally comes and, makes their offer and we're in negotiations, we include that inspection and say the whole wood damage, everything's already been corrected. This is the report we chose. This is the one we used. It's all done. And you have to give them the other reports as well. Here's the other bids we had. We chose this one. It's all done. And by then it's almost too late, right? There's not much they can say like, oh, I want the other one. It's already fixed. So that's one way around it. But the other thing is there might be ways where in almost every single case, you can pretty much expect that as the home seller, you're going to be paying at the close of escrow from the proceeds of the house. Not something usually up front, but it's part of your own, the home selling estimate that we give you. And it's just one of those costs of sale. But sometimes I'm able to negotiate that out depending on who's buying the house. Maybe it's a cash buyer, or maybe it's a buyer who, I don't know, maybe they own a pest control company. I don't know. Or there's some ways to kind of skirt around it if it's possible and make it not part of the transaction. So if I'm able to do that, if we can save you money. But we also need to get that termite inspection up front, because it could be nothing on there, or it could be $5,000 or even more than that sometimes. And that's bad, right? I mean, it could change your whole reason for selling. And so we need to know that, it's one of those undetermined costs and a big surprise and a hidden cost, all that stuff. So we need to know what's going on with the house and how much it's going to cost, so we can estimate that in, and you can still see if you want to sell the house. Now, here's a secret that, I'm going to give you, and it's something you just need to know about. It doesn't happen almost ever, but I've had it happen 2 or 3 times in my home selling career, where we have a house on the market and a termite company will find out about it, and they'll, maybe drive by and they'll see a sign on, or they'll, look and, they're looking online for houses like everybody else so they can find business, and they'll come over and offer you a free inspection. I don't call them out, because they use my guys, right? But they might show up and say, hey, your agent told us to come over and give you a free inspection. I've had that happen before. Or they say, hey, we're going to come over and give you a free inspection, right? Again, nobody's just giving away free inspections because, it costs time and hassle and all that kind of stuff. And they want to give you a big bill because they know you as a home seller have the obligation to full disclosure. Now, again, it's very rare. There's only a few companies I've ever run into that have done this. But, if you got one bill for $500 and they show up with a $5,000 bill, you got a major problem, right? Because you got to give both of those inspections to the home buyer, and they're going to obviously want the more expensive one. So the point there is, if anybody shows up, and you'll know if you're going to have a termite inspection, we're going to let you know that, schedule it in, and all this kind of stuff. And if somebody shows up unannounced and offers free inspections or says that we told you to call them, just give them our number and say to call us, or call us right away, and we'll find out who they are and not let that happen, because we don't want inspections from people that we haven't called in. So that's it for this episode of me talking about termites. If you're ready to sell your house, give us a call. We'll come over and take care of that for you. If you want to just call me up for some questions or whatever, go ahead and jump on the phone. We'll take care of that for you. That's it right now. I think there's nothing else in that one. I don't know. We'll see you at your house.